Some projects are just a lot of fun. This is one of them, 807 South Westlake Street at 90057 zip code. This is a building that we sold to a group of investors that are doing an amazing job at completely rehabbing the building. I'm standing on the roof of one of them. There's this building, and then Melissa, if you want to pan over there, that over there is the second building, which has already been re-roofed. All right. All the buildings are completely in the middle of a rehab. We're going to show you some of the units. Interesting thing about this zip code is 90057 is the most dense zip code in the United States of America, with over 60,000 people per square mile. This area is called the Pico Union Historical Area, Preservation Area in Los Angeles, and it has buildings that were built from 1880 all the way to 1960. All those buildings, in one way or another, are preserved in three different types of buildings in architecture. This particular building I'm standing on, one of them, this one was built in 1960, the one right next to it was built in 1920. Both of them are part of the Pico Union Historic Preservation Area. Significant tax advantage to the investor who is working and fixing this building, making it beautiful for the community, for downtown Los Angeles, which is just right here, basically a couple blocks away. Making it beautiful for downtown LA, making it beautiful for the community, investing money into a historically underserved population, bringing economic value, pride of homes, and just a fascinating story all the way around. I'll invite you to look at it. Let's go take a look at it. So this is the type of project that either you go big or go home. We're sparing no detail. We're completely re-roofing both buildings. It's a flat roof. We're gonna do a mop tar kind of setup. Behind me is the boiler. They're gonna fire it up. We're gonna show it to you in a second. We're not just patching the roof. We're going all the way through, going to the wood, both buildings, go big, go home, make it happen, add value to everybody in the chain. That's what makes sense. Basically, on a flat roof, what we do is we take out all the old roof that was here before, remove all the paper, throw it away, and then we inspect all the wood, make sure all the wood is in good condition. So downstairs where I show you the boiler, that's where the tar is melted, and then they come up here and they put it on it, put another layer of paper, then we mop again, and then we put the final roofing paper, which is this right here. As you can see, this job is completely redone. We did the whole roof in both buildings, spare no expense. This is how we improve local neighborhoods and areas. Now it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we're working against time. Exciting project, exciting purpose. Is going to make economic sense for the main investor who bought a building at a cap 5.5 when we're done, and when the rents are stabilized and the building is improved, it's going to be about a cap 9. So he's going to make out all right on his investment. The community is going to be very well better off because of it. The workers have plenty of things to do. I myself represented the buyer and the seller, made some money doing that, and now I am the general contractor for part of the work. So it's win, 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 win all the way around. It's exciting to be part of this project. So I'm basically the general contractor for this roofing job, signing off on it. So we came up here, I'm inspecting it, and I asked the guys, I can see the wood, it's in pretty good shape, so we didn't have to change much of it. We tear everything out, we tear the previous layer of the roof. Some people like to lay one roof over another. We don't like to do that, so we tore everything up, went down to the wood, inspected it. I'm relieved that there's not a lot of wood that was changed, so we're good to go. Okay, so one thing that I like to point out in this roofing job, which is part of why I'm excited about this project, is the amount of improvement that is going on to the local community, as well as the buildings and the quality of living. This particular roofing feature was open when the investor bought this building, and there were a lot of people frolicking and loitering up here on the roof late at night, and they would throw their beer cans and things down the chute here, and it was just probably 10 years worth of debris and undesirable stuff down in these holes. So we went down there, the workers rappelled down and opened some walls and things, and they were able to pull all the trash, and we put these caps, and now it's protected to prevent animals from going in and to prevent people from throwing stuff down below. So it's a great feature improvement on the roof. This is what a finished roof looks like on the second building. This building, you can see behind me on this metal post, has been reinforced for earthquake reinforcement. All of this, we basically build up a steel cage around the building, and under each floor went through with steel beams from one side to the other, encaging from the roof all the way down to the foundation. This was done to the building as a earthquake safety measure. The roofing was done obviously because we needed a new roof. This particular buildings, they probably haven't been touched in over 30 to 40 years when my investor bought it, and I'm very happy that he's doing a great job at completely renovating it. As you can see over there, this is mid-Wilshire. It's Koreatown is just maybe 7 blocks that way, and then behind over there is downtown Los Angeles, which literally we are 4 blocks away from it, with the Ritz-Carlton and all the LA Live action going on. So the area is very much up and coming. The neighborhood is very dense. People in these 2 particular buildings, 99% of them are actually from Central America. They happen to work in the garment district as sewing people and manufacturing clothing. And it's very rewarding to come here at the end of the day and have a conversation with them and learn about their lives and learn how much some of them have been here 35 years. The tenant has been the longest. And she's very appreciative of the amount of energy and investment that is coming into improving her home. My investor who bought the building is very appreciative of the opportunity to make a profit. And I'm very appreciative of just being part of the whole energy and effort going on rejuvenating this beautiful part of Los Angeles community. Okay, so here's the trick we're gonna do, Melissa. We're gonna go in the elevator. No. Look, there's this guy coming out. What's good for Peter is good for Paul. I'm gonna take an adventure and take everybody into the elevator, which has been in need of repairs for a couple of times. So if I trapped in there and I don't come out, all right, I'll see you later. I gotta hold it, because if I let go, oh no, this one. Oh God. Hello, I made it.
Barely.
Mi casa, su casa.
It's been 2 hours.
So the wonderful thing about light and space is that it's actually free, but you can create wonderful things with it if you have good taste in design. This is what the final units are going to look like. This is the first one. Great improvement from where it was, as you can see on the other ones that we have filmed. The exposed brick is just a really very nice modern feature on this building that was built in 1930s. And then you have, of course, amazing lighting coming from from the city. This is facing west apartment. And we have a little granite countertop bar here at the kitchen. It's a modest 1-bedroom unit for affordable housing, but made to look second to none, which is something that I'm very proud of. We have a pretty high-end light fixture, heating, the hardwood floors, and the molding down below. It's done properly, and I think that tenants are going to like it, and it's going to be easier to rent it than those buildings around that haven't been upgraded yet. So it's a great investment, again, good for everybody. We are on the 4th floor of the building that was built in 1950. We already are almost 80% done with the remodeling of this floor. If you can look at beneath me is tile floor. We removed the carpet. We also painted the walls, all of it, put a darker color, painted all the trim, painted all the walls, all the doors, really the ceiling, changed the lighting, make it bright lights, and bring it this a much needed facelift. It is still going to be a challenge. We have to change habits of some of the tenants. There's some graffiti going on, there's some issues. We're working with local law enforcement to patrol this building a little bit better. I'll tell you about it when we go down to the alley that I want to show to you in a little bit. But let's just say that this looks a lot better than what it did. The tenants are happy, the owner is happy. I'm happy to be part of this undertaking, and I hope you're happy watching this video. It's an amazing project. My client bought it. He's completely redoing it. 85 units. We're redoing the roof. We're working on the plumbing. We're changing the boiler system to be solar system. And this part right here in the alley, I gotta be honest, this is a very dense, lower income area. This alley smells bad, but it smelled 3 times worse a couple months ago. We only been at this project 2 months, and we changed this fence. We enclosed it completely. It used to be open, and it used to be open season for people to throw their trash. There used to be people just passed out here. The smell of urine, fecal matter. It was just not a pretty picture. My client understands that it takes perseverance to change habits. So we are here investing money in the local community, hopefully changing their habits after several times. You see all this graffiti, it pops out every day. We call the city comes out, they paint it over it. We're hoping that one day, whoever is doing the graffiti is gonna get tired of it, and we're gonna have a clean alley. We're full of hope and we're throwing money at it. Exciting project. The alley's a lot more cleaner. You can see the guy peeing over there. That is the reason why those are the type of habits we need to change. Amazing project. I'm glad to be part of it. I'm glad to be documenting it. And I encourage every investor to put money in the local underserved communities. It makes sense on the long term. There are tax benefits to it. There's economic benefits. We're raising the rents on this building. They used to be around $450, $500 per unit just to attract a tenant, and now we're taking them to $800, and we have a waiting list of tenants. I wish I could tell you how wonderful it smells in this basement, in this boiler room for a 1950s 40-plus unit apartment building in Los Angeles. This part of the project, which is going to be very rewarding for me to be part of, is I have identified for my client that he can get a significant tax advantage and credit from the gas company in upgrading all the water heating system to make it solar based. So I am right now taking bids from different companies, subcontractors that are going to be doing this work. At the end of the project, we should have a highly energy efficient water heating system to replace this obviously dated 1960s system that we have. I spare you the details on the smell, but imagine it and then multiply it by 3, and that's probably what it feels like, and add a little humidity while you're at it. I hope you like it, and once again, it's an amazing project. I like the investor, I like the neighborhood, I like the community. I'm just in love with this project and being part of it. Very grateful for it. I hope you're enjoying this video, and don't be shy about investing in our communities. It pays to go big or just go home. We're talking about the possibility of implementing some solar technology to both buildings in Westlake and on 8th, because there's an opportunity to save costs, and we want to talk about whether or not it's feasible to do on a short-term cost. The client is on their way, and we're going to discuss the benefits of the technology and some of the nuances of the actual getting the job done to make sure we're exploring everything and not just leaving it at a conceptual level. And when Jacob gets here, hopefully get him to be excited about it so that we can move forward and write a good story in this building, and then we can move to other buildings.
This is what's called a solar thermal collector, and it's quite different than a regular solar panel. It's about 60% efficient in heating hot water, much greater than a solar panel, which is about 18%. And you can see it's a glass tube with the photovoltaic material. Your hot water from the city will come in through here. This is a sealed. Here, let me take this out.
Oh, it comes through here?
Yeah, that's where the hot water will flow through. It gets pumped up. Your regular hot water gets pumped up coming in from the city, and we've been out to the 8th Street with our 2 engineers. It's simply pumped. It's very simple. Pumped up, basic plumbing. But inside these tubes, and this is a miniature model, inside these tubes is a sealed copper pipe, and inside here is an accelerant. If you were to take this copper pipe and fill a bucket of hot water from the sink, go right over there, fill a bucket of hot water, and then put your hand on here and stick that in the hot water, within 10 or 15 seconds you'd have to let go. It's too hot. It accelerates the heat. This portion comes up through the tube and into this manifold. So the water is heated by passing over this copper, and it comes. And these are set in arrays depending on what you need. in a row, and then it comes back down either directly to your boiler or to a storage tank. And we looked at the facility where the storage tanks can be placed, storage tank, and it's heated anywhere from 147, 165 degrees. So the concept is your boiler doesn't have to work. When people go for hot water, it's already hot. The gas doesn't turn on, and that's where the savings go. And
so there's basically no need for gas to warm up the water?
There is no need, but there will be times. There will be times maybe the storage tank is empty, or there's a huge draw, or there's only sun 10 hours a day in the winter.
So the gas is like a backup.
The gas is the backup,
yes.
And it's natural heat. And as we said, if you travel, we are all over China. I mean, we visit magnificent hospitals, hotels where this system is. Alex and I have been to Israel. They have these systems all over Israel. So it's heating the hot water with the sun makes a lot of sense, and it's very, very efficient.
There's an amount of money that we're spending currently that if we can decrease that and the cost is covered by rebates and everything, then
yes.
Then it's something we want to talk about either way, because it increases the NOI for the building. I want to have 2 buildings that have gas boilers from 1920. We saw at an efficiency of 20% probably.
Yeah.
So if we can have a solution from your company that is heavily financed through rebates and
yes.
tax credits and so forth.